water and the people here have had a very uneasy relationship. The 20th century, as you have the emergence of modern towns and cities, if you will, you also have the forces of nature. So one force of nature that's always been here has been hurricanes. And hurricanes come through the Gulf of Mexico. Hurricanes take shape somewhere out there in an ocean, and then around the Caribbean islands, they sort of like foment and gain strength, and then they come through the Gulf of Mexico, and they might hit Mexico, they might hit what is today Texas, they may hit Louisiana, and hurricanes have hit what is today the Rio Grande Valley for centuries. One of the big issues about South Texas going into the next 50 years is whether we're going to have enough fresh water. Like the anchor for life. It's what fuels everything around here. And so there's going to be population growth that will be stunted at some point because we don't have enough fresh water. That's just the truth. So we've grown to a point where now in Hidalgo County, we probably have over 1 million people in Hidalgo County itself. Well, at some point, like, I don't know that we can go past 1.5 million, because I don't know that we have the kind of fresh water to be able to, to deal with the thirst of that kind of community. And the great paradox is that, but you got so much fresh water when you get the big rains. But those big rains, the water tends to get stuck. It gets stuck in places that are underdeveloped, for example, in colonias.
Why we want to use these locations, because as you remember, we share a border with Mexico, and we share a lot of beautiful things, culturally speaking, the food, the language, the culture in general, music, but also a legacy of neglected diseases. We are using all this information that we have now to generate new information, in this case, how flooding is affecting the potential outbreaks of the insects. We want to go further on this to actually work with health providers. So to work together in having a better knowledge about when people might come with an insect bite that probably is caused by a kissing bug or a tick that can transmit different diseases that we might have in the areas.
So the resilience today is about when something happens in a community, flooding or whatever, people band together. People come and they help each other. They are resilient in that way and helping each other out. The people have it at their cellular level. It is expressed at their cellular level. Resilience is manifest by, people just figuring things out in creative and innovative ways. Oh, that's Mexican ingenuity. We might put a little piece of duct tape on something, right? So the duct tape is kind of like metaphor for how we're creative and that sort of thing. But people here figure it out. The river and this part of the world have always been a very difficult place to live in. Not a lot of people wanted to live here, say more than 250, 300 years ago. I think that when you look at this quandary that is the ecological versus the demographic, we have what for many years, people have described as this place is very difficult, that is populated by a people that is very tough. And so, that Spanish explorer of the 16th century, Alvar Núñez Cabeza de Vaca, in his journal, he actually described the people here as loving their children, loving their offspring the most of any other people that he had seen in the world, is what Cabeza de Vaca said. To me, it makes sense, just because of the geographical and the historical realities. This community is a community of eternal hope. There's never been a question in my mind, and I think in the question of many other, students of South Texas and Northeastern Mexican history. There is that book, River of Hope, by Omar Valerio Jimenez. The River of Hope being a place of hope for people coming north, a place of hope for people going south. This region has, while it's been una herida abierta, an open wound, because there is this troublesome quality of this borderland, it has nevertheless been an open wound that continues to be healed by the people who can heal it.